Do you kiss on the first date?
Do I kiss on the first date?
Yeah.
I on the first date.
You on the first
I
date.
do on the first date. I also will have with someone after 10 minutes of knowing them.
Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. I've been doing a couple of videos on all these women saying, oh, I'm going to be alone forever and life sucks and horrible things are happening. But this one's a little bit different. This is a younger gal. She hasn't come anywhere close to hitting the wall. Even the younglings are struggling with men now. But their reasoning is completely insane. They have gone so wild, so crazy, so into the weeds for the bad boys and the craziness that now when they meet a normal, average, everyday guy, they're instantly bored. And, oh, he doesn't have 20 or 30 other women chasing him. He must be a loser. And, oh, he's not a playboy. I can trust him, and he seems nice and well-adjusted. He must be vanilla, and there's no way I can be with a vanilla man. I'm telling you guys, women are their own worst enemies when it comes to dating and trying to figure out relationships and everything else. So we're gonna listen to a video. We're gonna listen to a ridiculous article that just shows you how far into the weeds the women have gone. This girl got absolutely roasted on Twitter and on other social media sites like 9gag, where they just were like, what is wrong with women? So it's now drifting outside of the men's channels, and it's going mainstream, where everybody now is basically agreeing with us. You know, we were called the bad guys, and we were called misogynistic and patriarchal, and we're the awful people. But then, a year or two later along, everybody else is kind of like, yeah, no, I guess these red pill guys with these men's content channels, yeah, they're onto something here. Let's listen to Miss Thing here explain why she's forever alone.
With the way my dating life is going right now, I feel like I'm going to be single for a long time. Like a long time. I literally just cannot stand. I cannot stand these vanilla ass men. You're boring. You don't intrigue me. And at this point, I'm like losing faith in all men. I just feel like they all want one thing. And if that's what you want, I'm the wrong bitch.
Okay, so let's analyze, shall we? They all want one thing. So she's meeting vanilla, boring guys, or she's meeting the players, the bad boys that just want the one thing. Now, she's not a bad-looking woman, not a bad-looking young woman. You know she's having her fun with the Chads and the Chad Thunderstrokes and the Tyrone Hammer clocks. You know she's having fun with them. She's having a great time with them. But they don't want to date her. They don't want to be with her. They don't want to commit to her. I'm tired, and she says, I'm tired of these guys. But then where are the vanilla guys they're not the same people? Because the vanilla guys, the ones that would actually date her, and the ones that want to take her out, and the ones that want to treat her like a proper lady, and maybe, girlfriend or wife her up, they're boring. They're vanilla. This is the alpha widow type mindset of, I've had the fun, dangerous, interesting guys. Now only the boring guys want me, and I'm tired of all of it. Well, good luck to you, lady.
Go somewhere else. I cannot tell another man what I like to do on my free time. I can't do it. And I don't give my attention to anybody. And when I'm finally like, oh, like, he's cute, like, let me talk to him. You're boring! You suck! And I feel like from past experiences, I have the tendency to pick the shitty ones.
Uh-oh.
Ding, ding, ding! What do we have for her, Johnny?
There it is. Every single time they admit it. She has a tendency to commit and sleep with and pick the bad ones because they're fun, because they don't care, because they don't ask what you're up to, because they don't ask what you're doing Friday night. They don't ask if you want to go out. They say, want to smash? And she says no. And they're like, all right, bye, peace out. And then a day or two or three goes by and she says, I guess they're really not going to call back. I guess you really can just move on in an instant and not care about me. That must mean he's high quality. That must mean he has a ton of choices. That must mean he's a high value male. I must go back out with him again. And then she does. And then he smashes. And then he ghosts. And she discovers quickly the only way I can keep these men, these quote unquote high value men in my life, is to let them smash whenever they want. But then they treat me like crap, and they don't take me out, and they won't make me a girlfriend, and I can't ever get a hold of them. And then I see them out with other girls, and then they don't respond. Oh, now I'm ghosted. Zoop, one on the scoreboard. Repeat, 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 repeat. But the guys that say, hey, I had a good time last night. What are you up to today? She's like, boring conversation. Hey, enjoyed the drinks last night. Are you free this upcoming Friday night? She says, oh, yeah, maybe. I'm not sure really what's going on. Oh, well, I'd like to take you to, maybe out to a bite to eat and get a movie. And I really had a good time. She's like, oh, he's try hard. Boring. They have, this is the trauma. This is the brain damage we talk about when we say women with high body counts that sleep with the bad boys and don't commit. She's young 20s, I would guess, maybe mid 20s. And already she's got the baggage. She's got the issues. And the women like this repeat this until they're the 30s. And then it's like, men suck. All men are players. Because now the nice guys, the ones that were fun, well, they're beta. They're boring. That's the fallback guy to when, even the playboys don't want to smash. And you guys say, and look, I know you think the same way I do. Joker, all these videos are about the same topic. Yes, because all the women are becoming the same way. All of them. The young, the 18-somethings, the 20-somethings, the 25-year-olds, they're all, the 35, the 40-year-olds, they're all becoming the same way, which is I will chase, I will smash to keep him interested, and then he goes away, and I'm bored of the nice guys until I run out of options. Over and over and over again.
So, I'm just going to stay away. I'm done. I'm logging off. No more for Bella right now. And yeah, maybe I do get a little bit jealous when I see couples out in public. I'm like, damn, that looks nice. Haven't had that in a long time. When is it my turn? When is it my turn? At the end of the day, it's not my plan. So, we're just chilling.
When is it my turn? It's your turn every time a nice guy asks you out. Every time a nice guy treats you well. Every time a nice guy offers to buy you dinner and wants to take you out a couple of times without jumping right into your pants. And her answer to that is, but that's boring. Okay, then your other choice is the guy that will smash and run, and that's the guy she wants as a boyfriend. The guy she wants as a boyfriend is the hot guy with lots of options, and the guy that just smashes and runs. That's who she wants. And she'll never get him. Guys, do you see a repeating pattern in all of these videos, in all of these women, in all of society? This is the way they've been programmed. Now, for some of you out there that are decent looking, that'll hit the gym, get a great body, will throw on a $2,000 watch and a $300 pair of shoes and want to press your clothes and dress up and go out and put some effort into it, it's payday for you, man. It's payday. The pickup guys, right? The guys that say, oh, if you want a girl, learn to spin plates. And what they mean by spinning plates is if you've ever been to a circus or a sideshow, a guy will take a stick and he starts spinning a plate on top of it and he puts it in a little holder and it's a plate on the end of a stick spinning. And it'll only stay on top of that stick as long as it has the centripetal force going around it. So he's spinning that stick and then he gets another plate and spins and spins and he's spinning all these plates. And then if one of them falls off and breaks, he doesn't care. He's got 5 or 6 more sticks he's wiggling, spinning those plates on top of the sticks. The reason why that theory came about, called spinning plates, is it's an abundance mindset. That's what they call it. Where you have so many women that if one of them that you really like disappears or ghosts you or walks away or gets a different boyfriend or whatever, you're like, I couldn't care that much about her anyway. I'm too busy juggling all these plates and keeping all these other activities going on in my life. I have abundance mindset. Good-looking guys and guys that are getting laid a lot, and guys that are having all these girls up in their business, they have abundance mindset. So if she disappears, or he gets bored with her, or she starts playing games, or she wants him to commit to her, he just says, nope, go away. And he keeps messing around with his 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 other plates. It's very tiring. But for those guys, it's also probably not as tiring as having a nagging wife. And that abundance mindset is what these women don't understand, is she says, what are we? After they've been sleeping together a month. What are we? Where's this going? And he's like, nowhere. I got better stuff to do. And she gets upset and he bounces. He ghosts her because he's like, oh, she's getting the fee-fees. She's getting the feelings. I'm out. And then forever alone. And she will continue to repeat this. But the one guy that's not spinning any plates, he's got one plate. And he wants to put it in a glass case and keep the dust off it and keep it nice, make sure it doesn't fall and get cracked. He wants to treat her well. He wants to be respectful. He wants to be a gentleman. She's like, nope, F off. And how do I know this? Because they will tell you right to your face. This girl is so average, but it shows you the minefield that men have to walk through today. This is from the New York Post. Gen Z woman floored by a 35-year-old man's text after a first date. She's floored everybody. And what did this crazy man say? Now Gen Z, I think that's the 20-somethings right now. They're the ones that are, Gen Z. She's floored. What did this horrible man say? Are you ready? Buckle in. You're not going to believe it. They say, is he a bad texter or is he over 35? Well, he's 35, duh. He said that in the headline. Elizabeth Castaldi, a popular U.S. content creator, has sparked a viral discussion about the generation gap in texting when it comes to dating. Castaldi, 27, recently went on a date with a man, 35-year-old, and she was baffled by the text he sent her the next day. Okay, let me stop and just say this real quick. You notice how she has no problems dating a man 8 years older than her. Guys, I'm telling you, these 20-somethings have no problems dating older if he's doing well for himself and he's not bad looking. That's why I say don't lose any sleep in your 20s if women are dating older dudes. Like, don't worry about it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, here's the horrendous, awful text he sent. Prepare yourselves. Children, earplugs, earmuffs. Don't listen. This is not kid-friendly. He said, hey, had fun last night. Have a good day. Pick yourselves off the floor, guys. I know that kind of language is rarely acceptable in a polite society. But I only read the news. Hey, had fun last night. Have a good day. Oh my God. What kind of monster? What kind of human being would say such a horrendous thing? And on top of that, it's so bad they had to write a news article about it. Then, in true Generation Z fashion, Castaldi took that private message, screenshotted it, and posted it online, where it has amassed more than 500,000 views. She put him on blast for saying, hey, had a fun night. Have a good day. She put him on blast. She added the caption, I have to start dating people my own age, but I won't. Castaldi's confusion at the text message firmly divided the comment section. Some thought she was being accurate and he was texting like a millennial, except he's 35, which is being a millennial, while others thought she was being unfair and the text she receives wasn't out of the ordinary. Somebody said, I'm confused. How is this bad? Castaldi replied that she didn't have the ick by his formal message, but the millennial texting style made her unable to tell if he wanted to see her again. And this is what she looks like. I would say probably feel lucky that a man is texting you. That's all I'm going to say. God, she's 27. It is true that 20-year-olds are aging faster than any other generation. She looks like she's 40. She said, let's be clear. I do not have the ick. I just can't read him. And I really, really want to go on a second date, she said, after putting him on blast and posting it to social media for 500,000 to see. Now, do you think if this guy knows who she is or follows her on social media and sees the post, he's going to want to be like, oh, I'd really like to take her out again? No, she really wants to go out again with him, but because he was nice and she couldn't, because he wasn't falling all over himself, or because he wasn't like word and then ditched her, she decided to put him on blast. My dude, he's just being nice. He's just being nice. He literally said, I had fun last night. Have a good day. This is just a nice guy being like, look, I'm not going to be committal to asking her out a second time because I'm trying to feel things out. Maybe I'm unsure about things and I want to have a little bit more conversation with her to figure out where her head's at so I don't make her uncomfortable or I don't embarrass myself. She could have said, hey, you too, and then waited. She could have said, hey, I had a lot of fun too. What are you doing this upcoming weekend? There's so many different ways women can go about this. But her answer is, I'm going to shame him and blast him on social media. Brilliant, brilliant. Someone else replied, she said the problem with a 35-year-old's text is that it was too sterile. It wasn't, thirsty enough? It wasn't try hard enough? It was too boring? Entertain me, you vanilla, boring men. It says it lacks any sense of enthusiasm, urgency, or intimacy. He could have written that to someone at work about a work function, she explained. Guys, if you try hard, you're gross. If you're pervy, you're gross. If you try to get intimate too fast, you're gross. If you're too enthusiastic, you're ick. If you're not enthusiastic enough, you're ick. If you're too try to all the things every fucking time. Do you notice this? You can never get it just right. Never. And that's on purpose. Do you see why so many men say, juice isn't worth the squeeze? Not worth it. Not worth it. No, thank you. A man replied to that woman's theory and said her analysis of the message was immature. I just think it's ridiculous that we're sitting here criticizing this simple yet nice text. Would you prefer exclamation points and emojis? They're like grown adults, he argued. A lot of people were in favor of his formal texting style. Yeah, we're called adults. If he texts like my dad, it's a green flag, one claimed. Well, at least it's probably because they still have a father in their life. That's why. This is the text you send when you're not trying to simp too much at first, another wrote. Exactly. I agree with that. I bet it took him hours to come up with this, one joked. Other men were commenting on the video to ask for advice on how to text their dates better. She said, me too. Hope your day is going well. That is the correct response. It shows because look, girls are flaky as shit right now. We know this. But what she's saying is, he's saying, hey, I had fun. I hope you have a good day. She says, me too. I hope your day is going well. That guy gets that and he's like, okay, she didn't ghost me. She's still talking to me. The door is open. And she put an exclamation mark in there. Like, things are going good. I'm going to reach out to her again. Now, I have not read this story all the way through. We're in territory that I have not read this either, because I try to give you guys a genuine response. And if I read it, my talking points can sometimes be like, I don't want to give anything away, if that makes any point. It had just come to their attention that Gen Z women don't understand formal written text messages with zero abbreviations. One wrote, can I please get an example to improve this situation? I'm guilty of this. I've actually had people that I've messaged before say using capitalization and punctuation is too formal in text. Okay, I don't know what that means. Do you want me to spell things wrong and also have run-on sentences? I don't understand. It's called communication. Somebody else says, can I ask what it should say? Because I definitely say the same thing. I'm 35, another asked. For us 35 plus, can you advise how to color it up? Emojis and exclamations. Okay, but here's the problem with that. I've heard many times women say, if a dude uses emojis and exclamations, I find that ick. That's like a teenage girl messaging. Again, you can't have all the things. Castaldi responded by saying that emojis and asking for another date were the keys to nailing a post-date text. So now but then if you use emojis and she doesn't want you to use emojis, now you're texting like a child. You can't win this, guys. You can't win. You cannot win. Meanwhile, the young women also shared that they were in the same boat, dating men in their 30s and being confused by their texts. See, I tell you, a lot of these 20-somethings are dating 30-something-year-old guys. I'm telling you guys, they're dating up big time. They want guys that are established and have money, and that can take them out to dates and the rest. And you younger guys may have some money, but women don't know it. That's why I say guys into 20-somethings that aren't dating, get your bag together, man. Get in shape. When you hit 30-something, you're going to have 20-year-olds crawling all over you. Another one said, I'm trying to decipher a 37-year-old's text right now, so is it just not me? Another one said, I had a 35-year-old tell me it was great to connect and we should stay in touch after a date. Okay, stay in touch is kind of a weird one. That's kind of rough. Someone else says, dude, it's painful, tragic, confusing, lonely at the same time. Another joked. Had to check what state you're in to make sure we're not talking about the same 35-year-old, somebody else wrote. The sorted by the most popular comments, William Wallace says, this is what happens to society when you're unable to engage people without the use of a phone, tablet, or computer. Instead of connecting how the actual date went and what was spoken between the two, we study the internet behind nice, harmless text. I agree with that. I think a lot of young people don't know how to talk to each other, and she should have said, you know what, I had a great time on that text. And then when he said, hey, I had fun last night, have a good day, she could have been like, you too. I'll be off work at 8. Hit me up then. There's ways to continue this on. But so many people are becoming out of touch with interacting with real human beings. They don't know what's going on. These women don't know. They don't understand, they don't understand how people think and act and how normal, nice men and normal, nice human beings are to each other. They're getting so worn in by these player dudes that have game that they don't understand when a guy's just trying to be nice and trying to be normal, just trying to connect on a one-to-one human nature. Women are confused. And so they're going to let these nice guys fall through the cracks. And when I say nice guys, I don't mean the, quote, nice guy. I mean a guy that would genuinely put effort in and treat a woman well. They're going to let them fall through the cracks, and they're going to keep screwing around with F-boys until they're old and alone. And then when these women are in their 30s and they're flirting with the guys that are, 35, 37, those guys, just like this guy, are going to be dating a girl that's 27 or 25. Because even in this story, there's a lot of girls in their 20s saying, oh, me too, I'm dating 30-something-year-old men. And then these 30-something-year-old women are angry that these 30-something men are dating 20-somethings. And then those 30-somethings become weird, angry cat ladies. It happens over and over and over again. And I'll leave it with this closing video. This is what's happening to these women. Is that they're choosing and making all the wrong mistakes with men repeatedly, and then the damage is done, and then they're not dateable, and then they wonder why men treat them as if they're objects instead of loving them or caring for them. Because the guys, when they do try to love them and care for them, get put on blast, get told they're vanilla, get told they're boring. Or the women wait too long, and then they say, I'm way too damaged, I got to find the backup plan. I'll leave you with this. Tell me this isn't something you need to think about.
I lost count after
Of your body count?
Yes, like
And
after
you're how old,
20.
19?
I'm 19.
You are rewiring
True.
your brain and your attachment. It's
True.
actually very serious. Like, there is long-term damage to your brain from that. I'm not calling you stupid or anything for doing this.
Affecting her brain.
It is affecting your brain.
Yeah,
and
you
that's-
have brain damage.
I genuinely,
I actually have all A's. I'm a student.
it has a lot to do with attachment. So I'm just saying, like, what you're doing right now will affect you later in life.
Brain damage.
And
What's funny about this, the whatever guys, is he is yelling brain damage at her, and in some ways it is. I wouldn't say it's brain damage, but it's personality and ability to bond and pair bond and love and find value in the little things in life. When everything's big, when everything's huge, I slept with him, I did that, like the intro video that I'm doing on this video, a girl that's like, I will sleep with you in 10 minutes if you're hot. That girl's got damage. That is damage. I don't know if you call it brain damage, personality damage, the ability to pair bond. Do you think she's ever going to fall in love with somebody and make a good wife? Hell no. Hell no. Lost the number of bodies by 19, my dudes. They're falling into there's no way out of this. Now, yes, you can move to the small town and find the sweet girl and, go that way. But there's not enough of those women. That's like 2% of the population of women versus 100% of the population of men. There's not enough. How do we come out of this? How do we fix this? My answer so far has been we don't. We just keep calling them out and we wait. And we wait for this generation of damaged women to grow up and realize what they did was wrong, and maybe they'll teach the next generation the right thing to do. But I'll tell you right now, the way things are going, how do you date these women? How do you find love? How do you find a partner, a quote-unquote soulmate? I don't think you do. I think you enjoy your time alone, hanging out with guys and doing your own thing. Or if you are going to date, you just end up being the hit it and quit it guy. Because if you fall in love with some of these women, you are looking at nothing but heartache. Guys, if you like my work, join me on betterbachelor.locals.com. Got movie night coming up this Saturday. We always have a good time with that. Free speech forums. We've got Gilded, which is kind of like a Discord server where we jump on and game together. Currently, I'm playing like World of Warcraft and Fallout 76. And also, I've dipped into Valheim, Rust servers. We do, we play across game servers. There's just a great community of guys over there. So if you want to check it out, if you want to have free speech forums, if you want to check out ad-free content, if you want to check out the live streams, you can become a member today, $5 a month. Support me and what I do. So as I slowly wean myself off YouTube over to other content creators like Rumble or whatever, I can still put a couple of ducats in my pocket and continue to do my work. All right, guys, we will leave it there. We will see you in the next one.